Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. And today we are checking out another Vosteed knife. I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but here goes. It's the Vosteed Ankylo. So that's how I'm gonna say it, and we're just gonna run with it. But now this is a Kickstarter for Vosteed. It's on Kickstarter right now. Probably has at this point that you're seeing this, it's got about another week, 6, 7 days on the Kickstarter, and I'll leave a link down in the description so you guys can go check it out. But this is a really interesting knife. As you can see, well, the biggest thing about it is the lock. The lock is actually inside the pivot. It's a dual purpose pivot and lock. It's called the V anchor lock. And there is a lot going on in there. Yeah. And I tell you what, there's a lot going in there as far as pieces as well. If you go look at the Kickstarter and there's a blow up, it shows you all the pieces in there. It's pretty cool. There's a really very good description in the Kickstarter, much better than I can give you. But I'll kind of break it down and show it to you here in a little bit. We'll take a little bit in-depth look at it, but of course, we're just going to start out as normal. You've got aluminum scales going on in here. Very nice. You've got that, that sort of frag pattern going on. Every edge, they say, is double chamfered, which it is. It's done very, very well. I mean, everything is chamfered out so very nicely. Got that orange and black, again, that kind of sort of a little bit of a Harley look, not look, but feel to it. Orange and black, being Harley's colors, Not saying anything, just saying it's, if you're a Harley rider, hey, orange and black. Trying to be, you've got that loop over clip, but it's definitely not deep carry. You do have a bit sticking out of your pocket, and with this, with this orange, it's going to be right. Now, it comes in black, green, gray, orange, and blue. So you got plenty of options. No red. Anyway, you've got a lanyard hole. It is right hand tip up carry only for this. So, yes, sorry for my left-handed friends. But like I said, everything is done very, very well on this one. Centering is done very well also. Now, deployment options. Holy smokes. Yeah, you've got a few. You got this very low profile flipper tab. Now, you guys met Johnny on a ride along last week. I do take stuff to Johnny and have him look it out. It's just a friend at work. And the one thing he said is, and trust me, Johnny's not a super knife guy. I mean, he uses knives, of course, like I do. But that knife guy tag, I don't know as if he really has it. He was pointing out that when he was flipping it, this was the front flipper was coming around and hitting his index finger. And I was like, well, you got to get your finger out of the way. Just flip the knife and go. And yes, if you flip the knife and go, there's no issues. Now, it does front flip pretty darn well. I give it credit. I am not crazy about front flippers, but when they flip well, I'll tell you they flip well. And this one does. And reverse flick. Dang, with authority. What about thumb? Yep, I can actually reverse flick it better than I can thumb flick it. So, absolutely. This one, still a little stiff. It's not a super dropper. As you can see there, it does take a little whoop. Oh, that was a little too hard. There you go. Just a little whoop. And pressing that button actuates your lock, like I said. Now we will take, I'll kind of show you, try to get some light in there and show it to you. But Vosteed there, LMAX steel on this one. Now, this one is a prototype. So, they're in final production right now. And like I said, well, I don't know if they're in final production. The Kickstarter has been well funded. So, I mean, if you're in on the Kickstarter, yeah, don't even worry about that. It's definitely been well funded. So, it's coming. But love that blade shape. They're calling it a reverse tanto. Okay, cool. You've got a really nice belly on it. Nice little swedge going on. You've got some jimping there that really grips my thumb pretty well. We'll talk about a couple of things in the ergos portion of it, and that's more, for me, based on hand size, but I will tell you, Johnny kind of says the same thing I do, so I've kind of got the same opinion from two different people with two different hand sizes, so okay. There, I got that out finally. And then you've got a decent forward finger choil. You can get up on it for sure. But overall, not too bad. Oh, and you've got a very good, I mean, that forward finger choil, like I said, lots and lots of room in there. So, oh, there it is. Size comparison time. There is with the bug out. Blade lengths are really close. Where the Ankylo gets it is probably about 3/8 on the handle. And then we'll get the old PM2 out here. Now the PM2 is going to be just slightly larger. If I zoom out a little more, you can see that a little bit better. It's got it by a good 1/4 of an inch and plus some on the blade, and then about a 1/4 of an inch-ish on the handle. Overall length kind of went out of order a little bit. I was just talking about that, how I pretty much have a flow, but I kind of did something a little different there. So there you go. I mixed it up a little bit for you. How's that? So about 7 3/4. Yeah, about 7 3/4 overall. 4 5/8. I mean, it's a little bit more than 4 1/2, a little less than 4 3/4. So you're going to get just about a 3 1/8 inch blade with a cutting edge that's going to be about 2 7/8. So just under that 3-inch limit for your blade length, and then your grip length is going to come out to about 3 1/2, and you guys know that 3 1/2 inch grip length is right where I like it. Absolutely. And, oh, let's get a weight. Close it up, turn it on, and it says 4.8. It's got a little bit of weight to it for sure. Oh, grams, I'm sorry. We got to show our friends across the pond 136 grams. That's what we need to show them. So, now overall, there's a couple of different things I want to talk about this knife, but I also want to show you the operation of it. Now, that's high. There we go. Tone it down a little bit. So, you can see in there, see that silver block? That is your lock block. That is what engages into that gap in the blade to lock it. If I press the button, you can see that that has moved out of the way and allows your blade to close. So it's a really interesting lock, and it does tell, Yude kind of describes it on the Kickstarter, you know, some of the things he had to go through to, you know, make it work. And that's really interesting. But now, like I said, that block is in there. Push the button, pulls the block out of the way. I move the blade a little bit there. So it pops right back into place and locks that block right in there. So that's pretty cool. It's a very innovative locking system, if you will. Now, overall, already told you the fit and finish is done very well. So that no issues there. I have a tiny issue with the ergonomics on this one. And at first I thought it was due to my hand size. And then Johnny, who has a slightly larger hand than mine, he said the very same thing. Gripping the knife like so, it really feels like this finger is being forced into the handle. And I believe it's because this portion, it has to be as large as it is for all the mechanism that is in there. Just by looking at it and looking at that breakdown, it has to be that large. And you remember what I've said with a lot of Isham's designs, you know, his more when they have that, you know, Isham had a lot of that curve back right here that I always felt my index finger was being kind of jammed in there. I do get a little bit of that from this. And Johnny said the exact same thing. For me, the choked up grip is really the most comfortable grip, bordering on basically the only grip that's really comfortable for me. Okay, this, it's good, not great, because I do feel like my index finger is being, for me, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the relationship of the size here, this cutout, and the size here. That it really, with my thumb out there, like I like to use a knife when I'm cutting rope. I mean, that's, I like my thumb out there on that jimping or on the spine if it doesn't have jimping for cutting rope. And it just feels like my index finger is being forced into that position, and it's not overly comfortable. I can feel the clip a little bit. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I know it's there. So, and I did not show you guys the pocket carry, so we need to do that real quick. So, now, you guys will remember that there's your pocket carry. I mean, like I said, it is a loop over clip, but you will have a little bit sticking out there. So, nothing crazy, nothing terrible. It's there. Decent retention. Could be a little bit stronger on the clip. And then something else I did want to show you is there is milling going on, but you also have plates in there. Let's see if we can get you a little bit more light in there. But there you go. You can see the pockets that are milled in there, but you also have the plates in there as well, like your lock bar plate and everything. So they are in there, but they are milled to help reduce weight. But we still got a little chunker. But, like I said, this is a prototype. If you remember, I was sent another one during a live stream. That one, not so... didn't go so well. Well, it's a prototype too. Sometimes prototypes just don't work right. So, but this one, I mean, the only thing about this one is it's a tiny bit stiff. It's not bad. Like I said, I don't alter the knife. This is a pass-around knife. This is going to a knives fast neck, so I don't alter it in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it's just a little snug. I could probably loosen that pivot, maybe, and help it out. Not going to do that, because I'm not the last person to touch this knife. So I'll send it on to KC. He can tell you what he thinks. And by all means, make sure you get more than one opinion when people are talking about knives. You just never know. You never know. But I love the reverse flick on this one. Oh, yeah. Makes me feel good about the old reverse flick when I'm doing the old Ankylo here. But I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the overall shape, overall size? I love the design. The design is awesome. The locking mechanism is very innovative. It's pretty cool. Just looking from all those pieces on there, taking the sucker apart. And I know a few people have had issues getting it back together, but they finally have. Yeah, I'm a guy. I don't take my knives apart unless I absolutely have to. I mean, that's just me. I just don't. I mean... yeah. If they need it, they need to be cleaned up, sure. But and I'm definitely not doing it on camera. You guys would hate that. I hate it when I do it. So I know you guys would hate watching it. You'd be like, just stop. Just stop. But, yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. Really appreciate Vosteed sending the Ankylo out to check out. Oh, I did tell you it is on Kickstarter. You do have, like I said, roughly about a week left on the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter price is $159. That's what they were going for. So aluminum construction, Elmax steel, that's not bad. That's actually the innovative locking system. That alone, that it goes into this, $159 is a pretty good price. And you can go 1, 2, 3. The early birds are gone. So, yeah. I think it was $149 on early bird, I think. So, but really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so very much for checking it out. Thanks again to Vosteed for sending it out. Like I said, it's headed to KC. See what he has to say about it next. Thanks a lot, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Till next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.